Hey guys, what's going on? It's Eli, back with another review video, and that's right, reviewing another classic Disney animated feature film. And yep, this one is pretty exciting because I am, of course, reviewing definitely one of Disney's gems, Peter Pan. Yep, Peter Pan. Boy, I have some pretty good memories of watching this, when I was little, and like from the VHS and the DVDs, you name it. I would watch this at times, like sometimes all the time, if you get what I'm saying. But yeah, Peter Pan, because it's such a beloved classic Disney animated feature, cult classic, and one of Disney's gems, without a doubt. And, their adaptation of Peter Pan, of course, And even, I remember reading, because, Walt Disney, he did portray Peter Pan in a stage play, And that was cool. And so, Walt Disney, he had wanted to do a Peter Pan film for years, up until he finally did so in 1953. And if I recall, he wasn't able to do it at first because of the war, World War II. But after the war, he got back to doing so with that and other films, from Cinderella and Alice in Wonderland and so on. And of course, his project Disneyland. So because of course we all know the story of with the brothers and the sister, and telling stories of Peter Pan, and with Mr. Darling, not really liking this or whatever, and telling Wendy to grow up and so on. Peter Pan losing his shadow. They all go to Neverland. We all know the stories, Yeah, because the characters in this are really great, Because, the voices, once again, because I reviewed Alice in Wonderland a while back, and where is it? Does it show? Yeah, okay. Catherine Beaumont. Oh, God, I hope I said that last name right. Who voiced Wendy in Peter Pan, and had before Peter Pan had previously voiced Alice in Alice in Wonderland. So yeah. It's cool because, even if you look at Alice and Wendy, they pretty much look kind of the same. Mostly, of course, the faces, obviously. And because, Alice and Wendy being modeled after the actress, Then, of course, the others, from John Darling. Why does it say this on the tablet? I'm not joking. I'm looking at it. It says Dr. John Darling. He was never a doctor. Why is the tablet showing that? That's crazy. Oh, well, but you know what else is crazy? I'll show this. Okay, I'll show this. Look at this. The Peter Pan on here, it's a picture of Robin Williams, and if you look right there, it says Dr. John. What is up with that? Oh, I hope the lighting, because of the green screen. Well, it's happened before, but, But Peter Pan, yeah, voiced by Bobby Discroll. It's actually the first, film or something of Peter Pan where Peter Pan is not portrayed or, played by a woman, but instead, a male, a man. And Bobby Discroll been a big part of the Disney family from Song of the South and Treasure Island and so much more, And, yeah, Michael Darling, as I almost forgot to mention, Michael Darling, and, yeah, the parents, Mr. Darling and Miss Mary Darling, and, of course, one of the best characters in the film, Captain Hook, Hans Connery, he plays both Captain Hook and Mr. Darling. That's happened before, sometimes, the same actor would be Mr. Darling and Captain Hook, I can kind of do a close impression of Hans Connery, oh, Hans Connery, blast that Peter Pan, that's the best I could do right now. And Mr. Smee, of course, the beloved Mr. Smee, voiced by Bill Thompson, who done a lot of voices for Disney, for example, the White Rabbit and the Dodo, yeah. And, good morning, shipmates. That's the best Smee impression I could do. And, because Mr. Smee and the White Rabbit sound exactly the same, Oh, my goodness, I'm late. And, aye, aye, sir. And the TikTok Croc, almost forgot to mention the TikTok Croc, and, Never Smile, the instrumental piece of Never Smile at a Crocodile. I like the Peter Pan Peter Pan's version of Never Smile at a Crocodile, the music that plays, you know, da-da-dum-dum-dum, da-da-dum, you know. The Lost Boys in this, like, you know, Slightly, the twins, Toodles, Guppy. And, you know, Guppy's voice in this because, you know, Winky Bird, you know. Voiced by an adult voice actor, I recall, yeah. While the other Lost Boys, voiced by, you know, kids. And, of course, I don't think, it wouldn't be the same without mentioning this. You know, the Indians, of course, and the, well, it says here on the tablet, Caw Chief, and if you saw it, I showed on the tablet. He's called on the tablet. I'm looking, it's Caw Chief, but it should be Big Chief or something, you know, or just the Chief, voiced by legendary late great legendary voice actor Candy Dito. Yeah, Dito. I said it right. You know, how, you know, sometimes you win, sometimes we win. You know, I just, you know, Candy Dito. He had such a great voice, and done so many other voices like that apple tree in The Wizard of Oz, you know, how would you like to pick, you know, well, what do you think you're doing? And also voiced that crocodile from Robin Hood, attention everyone. And he also voiced Fidget in one of my favorite Disney animated feature films, The Great Mouse Detective, you know, no problem, I took care of everything, you know. Oh, it's such a good. He was definitely a legendary voice actor, right there next to, say, Thurl Ravenscroft and so much more. You know, yeah, and even like Pat O'Malley and Bill Thompson, of course. You know, the Indians, like, okay, yes, I know, because, like, you know, controversial or something like that. But, you know, I'm not talking about that. No. You know what? Even, like, the songs in this movie, like, you know, you can fly, beloved one, and Pirates, life is a wonderful life. Yeah, that's a good one, too. I like that. Yeah, and following the leader. Good one, too. And trying to remember. Oh, yeah, and of course, you know what? This is so dang catchy, you know? What made the red man red? What made the red man red? It's so catchy, you know, because of the beat to it, and, you know, Hadamanaganga, Hadamanaganga. It's such a nice beat to it, and with the lyrics to it, you know. I remember hearing it. I remember listening to, like, Doug Walker's review of it, like Disney-cember, and, you know, he admitted too that, you know, like, about that song, and, you know, he at times that song would repeat in his head. Yeah, it kind of is now, you know. Okay, and trying to remember. Oh yeah, and another song from the Pirates. You know, alleged of Captain Hook. Is that how? Am I saying that word right? You know, the world's most famous hook, and just, you know, the choice is up to you. You know, so come and sign the hook. Join up with Captain Hook. Yeah, and, you know, Tinkerbell is also, Tinkerbell I forgot to mention in this. Yeah, I totally forgot to mention Tinkerbell, like, becomes jealous of Wendy and wants to get rid of Wendy, and even kind of teams up with Captain Hook, and I guess, you know, Hook betrays Tink or something, like, because Tink leads them to the Peter Pan and the Lost Boys hideout at a tree, and, later on, because, like, oh, and another song I forgot to mention, like, Wendy singing a song to the Lost Boys, Michael and John, about, you know, your mother, and, you know, as the pirates are making their way, like, the pirates get emotional, and not, Captain Hook does it, like, he's just kind of smiling and listening to it, and just, you know, Mr. Smee, he shows off his, like, belly or something, he has a tattoo of, it says mother, it's funny. The Lost Boys and Wendy get captured as they leave the tree, leaving Peter behind because, you know, wanting to have a mother and so on, you know. Again, Wendy and the Lost Boys, along with Michael and John, they get kidnapped, while Captain Hook lowers down a trap to Peter Pan, pretending like it's a gift from Wendy. You know, don't open until 6 o'clock. What it really is a ticking bomb, you know, a tick-tock clock, you know, and it's really a bomb, you know. And I remember, because, you know, Captain Hook saying, you know, Peter Pan will be blasted from Neverland forever, you know. Tinkerbell was locked up in like some lantern or just whatever, you light the candle in. She got out and makes her way back to Neverland and to the island, of course, and to warn Peter. The bomb does go off, but Tinkerbell does save Peter Pan from it, and she's kind of injured, I guess. And we don't really see Tinkerbell; we just see her light kind of glowing. It's kind of fading or something, and Peter Pan assuring Tinkerbell and trying to save her. Saying to Tinkerbell. Tinkerbell that, Tinkerbell means more to him than anything else, etc. So, Wendy is forced to walk the plank and, Captain, no splash, not a sound. Peter Pan saves Wendy, and one of the pirates, in a pink shirt, comments to Captain Hook about, "You want to splash, mister." What was that pirate's name? I can't remember. But, "I'll give you a splash." He throws that pirate over. And the climax of the battle between Peter Pan and Captain Hook, the Lost Boys and the pirates, Tinkerbell in there as well, and Tick-Tock Croc popping up here and there. And, because early in the film, because speaking of Tick-Tock Croc, the sequence of Skull Rock, Captain Hook captured Tiger Lily, and that whole sequence, Peter Pan and Captain Hook's first fight, we see in the movie, and the Tick-Tock Croc coming in and trying to eat Captain Hook, pretty funny stuff, comedy there. Captain Hook just shouting, "Sneeze!" I love it. And even that one scene where, Captain Hook kind of has the cold, that. But he quickly seems to recover from the cold, and he has a plan, and when Smee mentions to Captain Hook that Pan had banished Tinkerbell, Mr. Smee had heard from other pirates, The cook told him, the first mate told him that Pan had banished Tinkerbell, and I love that one part where Captain Hook specifically tells Smee, of what to do. "You will go to shore, pick up Tinkerbell, and bring her to me. Understand?" I sure he rows to shore, so as fast as he can, after Captain Hook kind of scares him, and really sends him off to finding Tinkerbell. So the climax at the end, and of course at one point, because Captain Hook loses and Peter Pan has his sword, "Say you're a codfish." "I'm a codfish," and louder, "I'm a codfish." It's funny. And Hook is a codfish, and the Tick-Tock Croc, and at one point Hook tries to swat at Peter Pan as he's Wendy alerts him, and Hook falls. He misses. He falls straight down to the Tick-Tock Croc, and once again funny stuff and comedic stuff with the Tick-Tock Croc and Captain Hook. And even when Captain Hook gets inside the Tick-Tock Croc and he runs out of there, he grabs the clock that was in the Tick-Tock Croc, he throws it back, and Tick-Tock Croc catches it in his mouth and swallows it, and he's still got the clock inside him, tick-tock, tick-tock, and all the, Captain Hook and the crocodile, the chase is still on while Mr. Smee and the pirate crew, they go after and save Captain Hook, and now the Lost Boys and Peter Pan have control of the Jolly Roger. Peter Pan wearing some of Captain Hook's pirate gear, Tinkerbell makes the Jolly Roger fly back to London. All ends well, and even with George and wait a minute. Yeah, Mary darling, yeah. George and Mary, they little talk with Wendy, and even I forgot to mention Nana, the nursery dog, and Mr. Darling said early at the beginning of the film, Mr. Darling sends Nana down to the doghouse, outside, but later on in the film, even when Mary was glad to see that George decided to let Nana come back inside, etc. And we even see, because out in the sky, at night, clouds making the shape of the Jolly Roger, and even say Mary and George see it, and when George sees it, "Nana, did you see?" And Nana barks, and I like the bit of dialogue that George says, I have the strangest feeling I've seen that exact same ship before, a long time ago, when I was very young. And Mary says, George, dear, and Wendy's like, and Wendy says, Father, and we get one last rendition of You Can Fly, you know, I love that, and all ends well in the words, the end, and boom, the movie's over, you know, really nice ending, you know, and a happy ending. Yeah, I even say, like, John and Michael, they're already asleep in beds, you know, and even as Nana's, like, kind of tucking them in, you know. Yeah, but Wendy's wide awake after, like, Mary and George, they saw her, like, sleeping at the window, not in bed. But anyways, so, yeah, Peter Pan, it's such a beloved, an all-time Disney cult classic, and definitely a Disney gem, without a doubt, you know, 100%, you know, Disney gem, etc. I give this 10 out of 10. There's no doubt about it. 10 out of 10. It's such a great Disney film. Beloved, you know, as I said. And you guys let me know what you think. You know, if you enjoy and if you like Peter Pan and if you enjoyed my review of the film, of course. And leave comments as always. And, yep, give it a like. And again, 10 out of 10 for Peter Pan. Yeah. So again, that's my review of Peter Pan. Hope you guys enjoyed my review of Peter Pan. More reviews coming your way. They're going to be awesome. Keep looking forward, and I'll see you guys in the next video/review video. And stay tuned later tonight for another review of a live-action Disney film from the mid-1990s. And actually, this one has to do, say, with Chevy Chase. Maybe you know what it is. I don't know. But if you don't, for those of you that don't, stay tuned later tonight. Take care, and peace out.